Good morning, students. I am continuing with the reactions of amines. Next, we have to study alkylation reaction and acylation reaction. Alkylation reaction we have already studied in haloalkenes and haloarenes. Please have a look. Then comes to acylation. Aliphatic and aromatic, primary amines and secondary amines reacts with acid chlorides, acid anhydrates, esters, etc. by nucleophilic substitution reaction. The reaction is called acylation reaction. Here the replacement of hydrogen either from the NH2 or NH. The product obtained by acylation, they are called amides. You know what is an amide? For example, CH3CONH2, acetamide. The reaction is carried out in presence of a base stronger than amine, like pyridine, which removes the HCl so formed and shifts the equilibrium to the right hand side as per Le's principle. So consider this reaction C2H5NH2. I splitted this NH2 to NHH. Then we know one lone pair of electron is there for nitrogen plus CH3COCl, acetyl chloride in presence of base. So oxygen more electronegative pulls electron towards itself. Oxygen will be negative charge, the carbon will be positive charge, so that this carbon will be attached to this nitrogen because nitrogen is having a lone pair of electron to form this product. So here nitrogen will bears a positive charge, oxygen will bears a negative charge. Since nitrogen being positive, it pulls the electron binding nitrogen and hydrogen, so that this type of electron transfer takes place. Then oxygen being negative, this electron will go here, so that halogen will pull electron towards itself. Thereby the ease of chlorine as chloride ion is facilitated, and here the ease of hydrogen as a proton is facilitated to form H plus, here Cl minus Cl. So HCl will be formed here. So the final product will be 1H is replaced. So C2H5NH COCH3 plus HCl, N-ethyl ethanamide. Now another compound N-ethyl ethanamine. When treated with the CH3COCl, acetyl chloride in presence of a base, then one hydrogen is there, that will be replaced by COCH3. So the compound formed will be NN diethyl ethanamide. Then another compound, benzene amine, C6H5NH2, treated with CH3COOCOCH3, ethanoic anhydride or acetic anhydride. One H is there, it will be replaced. So the final product will be C6H5NHCOCH3 plus CH3COH, acetic acid. The name of the compound is N-phenyl ethanamide, or commonly called as acetanilide. Next, benzoylation. Students, I hope that you understood this electron transfer which is taking place here. So benzoylation, when methanamine CH3NH2, when it is treated with the benzoyl chloride C6H5COCl, one H is replaced here. Okay, this H and this Cl combines to form HCl, so that CH3NHCOC6H5 plus HCl. Then another important name reaction, carbylamine reaction. This is also very, very important. Carbylamine reaction is also called as isocyanide test. Primary amines, both aliphatic and aromatic, will undergo this test. Heating with CHCl3 chloroform and ethanolic KOH. It forms isocyanates or carbylamines The peculiarity is this particular compound so obtained will be having a foul smell. Secondary amines and tertiary amines do not respond to this test. Used as a test for primary amines. Okay, so reaction RNH2 plus CHCl3 plus KOH in ethanol heat to form RNC, that is isocyanide, plus 3KCl plus 3H2O. So carbylamine reaction or isocyanide test, very important. Next, treatment with the nitrous acid. Primary amines reacts with the nitrous acid to form aliphatic diazonium salts, which are unstable, liberate nitrogen quantitatively and alcohols. This quantitative evolution of nitrogen is used in the estimation of amino acids and proteins. So let's have a look at the reaction. RNH2 plus HNO2, nitrous acid, in presence of sodium nitrite and HCl to form an unstable compound, that is why mentioned in square brackets. Then hydrolysis to form ROH plus N2 plus HCl. The nitrogen so liberated, that is used for the quantitative evolution of this nitrogen is used in the estimation of amino acids and proteins. This is also a very important reaction. Then in the case of an aromatic amine, C6H5NH2, NaNO2 plus HCl, 273 to 278 Kelvin. I hope you are remembering this reaction, diacetization reaction or Sandmeyer's reaction. I hope that you are remembering this to form C6H5N2Cl, benzene diazonium chloride plus NaCl plus H2O. So this is also very important. Next, with aryl sulfonyl chloride. Benzene sulfonyl chloride, C6H5SO2Cl. This is called Hinsberg's reagent. Hinsberg's reagent. So this Hinsberg's reagent reacts with the primary and secondary amines to form sulfonamides. Let us see the reaction one by one. So benzene sulfonyl chloride or Hinsberg reagent when treated with the primary amine. One H is getting replaced. Okay. So N-ethyl benzene sulfonamide is formed. Now here if you observe this product, we can see that one hydrogen is here. This hydrogen is strongly acidic and hence this is soluble in alkali. Okay, so this test can be used as a test to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary amines. Then in the case of a secondary amine like a C2H5 twice NH, when treated with the Hinsberg's reagent, H is there, so that is HCl will be removed to form this product, NN diethyl benzene sulfonamide plus HCl. If you observe this compound, we can see that there is no hydrogen attached to nitrogen. So this product is insoluble in alkali. And tertiary amines do not respond to this test because in the case of a tertiary amine, there is no hydrogen atom. So the reaction will not happen. So this test is used as a test to distinguish between a primary amine, a secondary amine and a tertiary amine. Primary amines means soluble in alkali, secondary amine means insoluble in alkali, and tertiary amines means will not respond to this test. Thank you.